Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we unravel the hidden stories in financial filings. Today it seems like OSR Holdings might be setting up for something big, or maybe just giving us a heads up about a party. Stick around to find out what's really going on when they host an investor event. So let's decode this filing from OSR Holdings Inc. It's essentially a notification that they are having an investor presentation on August 6, 2025, and they're sharing the presentation materials with everyone. Think of it like them saying, hey, we're going to talk to investors and here's what we're telling them. Now, what's interesting is what kind of company OSR Holdings is. They have common stock, which is pretty standard. This stock has a super low par share. Par value is like a nominal value assigned to a stock. And for many companies, especially newer ones, it's set very low. It doesn't really tell us much about the actual worth of the stock in the market, but it's a detail in how they're structured. They also have these things called redeemable warrants. Imagine these as tickets that give the holder the right to buy a share of OSR Holdings common stock at a specific price in the future. In this case, that price is 11.1050 SAT per share. This often means the company has raised money by selling these warrants, and they're hoping the stock price will go above 11.50 so people will use these warrants. It's a way to potentially bring in more cash later. Another key detail here is that OSR Holdings is checking the box to say they are an emerging growth company. This is a designation for companies that have less than a certain amount of annual gross revenue. It means they get some breathing room, generally for up to 5 years after their IPO, on certain reporting requirements. They don't have to follow all the same strict rules as older, bigger companies. It's like a junior pass in the corporate world. The filing also lists specific financial identifiers. You see things like OSRH common stock par value 0.0001 per share member. These are technical labels used in financial reporting systems, specifically XBRL, which stands for E-Extensible Business Reporting Language. It's like a standardized digital language that makes it easier for machines and people to read and analyze financial data. So this just confirms the details about common stock. Similarly, this tag OSRH redeemable, warrants exercisable for shares of common stock at exercise price of 11.50 per share member is another XBRL tag. It's all about precisely labeling the redeemable warrants and their key feature, that 11.5 exercise price. Again, it's about making sure everyone, especially computers, understands exactly what financial element is being discussed. And where are these shares and warrants traded? They're listed on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC. Nasdaq is one of the major stock exchanges known for hosting many technology and growth companies. Being on Nasdaq suggests OSR Holdings is aiming for visibility and is part of the public markets. Now, the main point of this filing is under item 7.1, which is about Regulation FD disclosure. Regulation FD, or fair disclosure, is a rule that says all investors should get the same information at the same time. When a company like OSR Holdings is about to release important information like an investor presentation, they have to let everyone know through official filings like this. They're also providing a copy of the presentation materials, which is Exhibit 99.1. This is so that anyone can see what's being shared, ensuring fairness. So the big reveal, or at least the sharing of the reveal, is this investor presentation dated August 6, 2025. The company is essentially giving us a heads up that they're going to talk to investors and that the presentation will be available. It's probably loaded with all sorts of information about their business, their plans, and perhaps their financial performance. Since this is a Form 8K, which is a current report, it typically signals a significant event or change has occurred or is about to occur. And who's behind all this? The report is signed by Kek-Hyeon Hwang, who holds the title of Chief Executive Officer. The CEO is typically the top decision maker and spokesperson for the company. His signature here means he's authorizing this disclosure on behalf of OSR Holdings. Looking at this filing, OSR Holdings Inc. seems to be in a phase where they are actively engaging with the investment community. The mention of redeemable warrants at a specific exercise price hints at past or ongoing fundraising activities with an eye on future capital infusion if the stock price performs well. Being an emerging growth company allows them some flexibility, which can be good for growth, but also means they might not have the same level of detailed historical financial scrutiny as larger, more established companies. The real story here, as is often the case with these types of filings, is in the presentation itself. What OSR Holdings plans to share with investors will tell us a lot more about their strategy, their market position, and their financial health. Without the content of that presentation, this filing is really just a signpost. We know they're talking to investors on August 6th, and whatever Tumping Positive and Teller presentation is filing is really just a signpost. We know they're talking to investors on August 6th, and whatever information OSR Holdings releases then, the fact that they are hosting an investor presentation suggests, from what we can see, OSR Holdings is actively using the tools available to public companies to manage investor relations and attract capital. The low par value of common stock is common, and the warrants are a standard financial instrument. The main takeaway is to watch for their investor presentation. What's in that presentation will determine if OSR Holdings is a company to watch closely or just another name in the market. Now, what's my take on all this? Based on this filing alone, it's hard to give a definitive assessment since the core information is in the attached presentation, which isn't detailed here. However, the company is clearly trying to be transparent with its investors by filing this 8K. The existence of warrants suggests a strategy of using equity-linked instruments to fund growth, which can be effective but also dilutive if not managed properly. As an emerging growth company, they have a chance to build momentum, but they also face the challenge of proving their business model and scalability against potentially more established competitors. The biggest opportunity and risk here lie entirely within that investor presentation. If they can convincingly demonstrate a path to profitability and growth, they could see significant investor interest. Conversely, if the presentation is light on substance or the numbers don't add up, it could signal a tougher road ahead. Alright, that's our quick decode of this OSR Holdings filing. What are your thoughts on companies using warrants and investor presentations to communicate strategy? Do you think they're on the right track? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the world of corporate finance. Also, we have a fantastic community over on Discord, linked in the description. Come join the conversation and further break down these filings with us. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next decode.